The man was completing his dive training in the lake, as usual, but just as he was about to go back and take off his oxygen tube suddenly, there was a feeling of suffocation in his throat. As if something was blocking his throat, he couldn't breathe. He subconsciously bit down on the oxygen tube again, and took 2 sharp breaths. The man was surprised. This is not underwater. How can you only bite the oxygen tube to breathe? A few moments later, he took off the tube and tried again. The feeling was the same as before. It's like the air has been drained of oxygen. Currently put on the oxygen tube again. With confusion, the man dragged the equipment to the city. The once bustling streets were empty. It was as if everyone had suddenly disappeared. In the half hour he'd been diving, the man came to a car. He looked at the lifeless driver. He seemed to understand something. It wasn't all a hallucination. The oxygen in the air had somehow disappeared. The woman in front of him is oxygen deprived. The man silently picked the flowers from the car and put them on the woman, Then he dragged the equipment and continued on his way. I don't know how long it took, but he came to a house. The clothes in the yard were still wet. They must have been hung out to dry recently. The man broke his way into the house. Here he sees a woman with an oxygen mask. Wearing an oxygen mask, she must have a breathing problem. That's why she needs oxygen.